Do you love to have mouth-watering dishes at a restaurant? Or are you too busy with your day-to-day life and like to have packed food from a supermarket on the go? There is a little bit of Knoxx in your life, one way or the other. Knoxx, you must have heard about us.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the masterclass plating session. Now, we've got such a fun-filled day, but before we start, we must recognise our Indigenous welcome to country. In the spirit of reconciliation, both Knoxx and Culinary acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea and community. We pay our respect to the elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders peoples of today. Now, before we start as well, we've got a fantastic lineup today of very talented chefs showing you the art of plating up. Now, the interesting thing is we've also got some not only talented chefs, we've got a very short masterclass on photography today, which is exciting, so please stay. And at the end of this, everyone will, later today, sorry, I do apologise, we will send out all the packs with the information of the chef's recipes, plus also your certificates for this masterclass. It's a very important masterclass. We've had a lot of people behind scenes, and we must acknowledge Knoxx Foods first of all. And you saw in the short video a great Sydney business that's full of passion and designs some beautiful products and supplies a lot of food service with their fantastic products. We also must thank New South Wales Small Business Month. It's a great program to help New South Wales, the government helping the businesses grow in the community. A great initiative from the New South Wales government. Also, we're filming live from Culinary cooking school in Pyrmont. So we thank Chef Brad Bennett, who is a registered training organisation and training facility. And Culinary is live in Pyrmont today. We thank Brad for his help and all his work that he has gone to behind this. We also thank one of our partners, the Australian Culinary Federation, a professional organisation for chefs that you can join up online after this session. Now, as I said, we've got some amazing chefs. My name is Chef Adam Moore, and I'm going to be hosting today. We've got Chef Prakash Chand coming up very shortly with over 4 decades in this industry. That is fascinating because this man is an industry leader. We also have Chef Julio Azzarello, again, another industry leader with over 40 years of experience, and Julio will talk us through the art of plating salads. We also have, finally and not last, we have George Sideris also doing some dishes. So Prakash will go through 2, George will go through 2 dishes, and Julio will go through 1. We also have a great masterclass at the end, 10-minute masterclass on the art of photography. So that's going to be very good because that's from 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗃, and he will go through the art of photography. So let's start this. As I said, we've got all these things in an hour, so please stay till the very end. And we want to talk through all the chefs. There's lots of great content and lots of things to learn in this masterclass. Now, as I said, Chef Prakash Chand, he's an industry leader, has been training young chefs for a long time, worked in the airlines, and is the brand ambassador for Knoxx Foods. Now, the good thing about Chef Prakash, he is very passionate about what he does, and we're going to see Prakash right now on his fantastic seafood dish called, what is your dish called, Prakash?
So my seafood dish is called seafood down under.
Why did you call it seafood down
The
under?
reason I called it down under because we've got vast amount of seafood all over Australia. So what I did today is I've got scallops from Western Australia. I've got prawns from Queensland. And then I've got the Atlantic salmon from Tasmania.
And you're also using native indigenous ingredients today?
Yes, I'm using lemon myrtle and then I'm using the finger limes.
Oh, fantastic. Great flavours. Now, seafood is a very expensive item and one of the hardest dishes to plate and make look nice. How are you going to make this look fantastic?
So what we adding some spice, some native ingredients, but just we want to just make it for it to taste as normal as possible, so it doesn't hinder the taste of the dish.
Fantastic. Now you've got lots of colours here, I see.
Yes.
How are you going to tie them all together so they're harmonious?
We just what we've done is with the salmon, yes, we've added some beetroot to it.
So you
beetroot
your own
juice,
salmon.
cured your own salmon.
Fantastic.
With some beetroot juice with lime, and then sprinkled with lemon myrtle.
Lemon myrtle, fantastic.
And then we
flavour.
make it as a rose, so
how are
it
you
is
folding
nice and colorful.
So you slice the salmon?
We slice the salmon, we put one top of each other,
Yep.
and then we fold it on top of it.
So you
and
fold
then,
it in half?
and,
Yep.
and then fold it up, and then you roll it over.
So it makes a beautiful rose.
Yes.
Now, why is it so important to plate right, Prakash?
It's just eye appeal. Anybody walks into a restaurant, what they do is, first thing they do is take a picture of the dish and send it to their friends and families. So
Fantastic.
what we want to do is, we want the dish to look attractive. And,
Instagram worthy.
Yes, and it's not, too expensive to produce.
Fantastic. Now, what I see here, you've also got two plates. You've got a white and a black plate. Why is
Yes.
that?
The reason I've got the white plate and black plate is to show, the young chefs or whoever chef it is, the difference between plating up in a black plate and a white plate, and see how much difference does it make on the eye appeal.
Okay, so what are you putting on the base of the plate?
What I did is I did a dressing with some olive oil,
Olive oil, yeah.
lemon juice, and I used the truffle oil.
Truffle oil.
Truffle oil,
fantastic.
sorry, lemon juice, some chili powder, some garlic powder, ginger powder, and some onion powder, and then I topped up with a little bit of sour cream.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And you just blitzed that up or just mixed it
it's
by hand?
mixed by hand.
Fantastic. And you splattered that on the plate. Why was that?
I splattered it. Normally what you do is do it harder,
Yep.
but because we are on the camera, I just don't want it to splash over.
I can step back if you want to splash it harder.
So what we did is, what we are doing is, we're just putting the salmon on top of our dressing.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
for this dish, how did you come up with where everything's going to go?
It just comes on everything comes, when you are doing something, you can do whatever you want to do with the dish, as long as it's attractive.
Yes.
And it's eye appealing.
So when I do a dish, I draw it
Yeah.
how I want it, just rough shapes.
Yes.
So I can visualize how it becomes. Is that good to do? Or?
Yeah, it's something nice to do, but then for me, I don't draw anything, but I come up with things which
Awesome.
I can come up with, and that for any young chef or whoever chef it is, or a cook to become a chef or a home cook, for you to play with the dish, you can play with the dish how you want it to be.
So you got your Queensland prawns. Is the prawns next?
The prawns are from Queensland.
Fantastic.
So what I did with the prawns is just some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, some lime juice, and some coriander.
And you've taken the
And
heads
it's
off?
a wild coriander. So what I've did is I've taken the heads off and taken the vein off.
Fantastic. Always take the poo shoot out.
Yeah.
That is in the back there.
Yeah.
Always take that
Yeah.
out, otherwise you fail.
Yes.
And so what you've done is butterflied the prawn.
Yeah, butterflied the prawn, so it sits,
So it gives a bit of height to the dish.
Yeah. So and then the other thing is that your labor-wise, it doesn't cost you, you know, just to put, you know, clean the prawn and put it on top of it. Right?
Fantastic.
And then after, the next one for me is the avocado. What I did is the avocado salsa.
Yes.
We mix it together with the with some cayenne pepper, some red onion,
Yep.
and some chili powder, garlic powder, and onion powder.
So how is it
Alright.
important to also balance the flavors right?
It's just that you want your dish not to be too overpowering.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can taste whatever is in the dish.
Fantastic.
All right. And then you know, I normally put a bit of you know, spice onto it.
So you're using a cookie cutter just to put a bit of shape into
Yeah.
it. And what's going on that next?
On top of this
Yes.
is the scallop.
Okay. Do you want me to plate the one up here
Yes, please.
with the prawn? Fantastic.
So you've got the scallop on top, and then after that,
Yep. What's next? Well, it doesn't want to stay. He's going out this side. So you've got a white plate and a black plate.
yeah,
What's this one? This is the finger lime beetroot.
this is the finger line beetroot jelly.
Fantastic. How important is it to wear gloves?
It's very important now because of, you know, especially with COVID around and all those things. So of
Fantastic.
cross-contamination,
Yep.
you must always wear gloves, and you must always, you know, use a spoon or something.
So you've got lots of colours there. You've got
Yeah.
some beautiful, some herbs to go on the micro herbs to go on the plate.
Yes.
So the contrast is fantastic. You've got some beautiful colours, both on black. I think the beetroot stands out really nice on the white plate compared to the black plate, but the orange stands out better on the black plate. So you could do the black plate for a really nice formal function, and then the white plate is really good for lunches or a really casual lunch there. Prakash, thank you so much. We know you got another dish after this.
Yeah, I just finished off with some garlic chips.
Oh, some garlic chips. So
Yeah.
just some fried garlic on top,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
of texture.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Fantastic. Nearly finished.
Sorry.
No, that's okay, Chef. Oh, that looks beautiful. You got crunch, you've got colour, a beautiful, beautiful dish. Chef Prakash, thank you so much for doing that. That is the hardest dish to produce. Seafood on a plate. Prakash had lots of beautiful colours, the orange, the beetroot colours, and a fantastic combination of colours. Both the black and white plate draw different attentions to different zones. So on the white plate, the prawn really stands out. On the black plate, the avocado salsa, and that all ties up with the scallop. So really great ideas from Prakash on the Down Under seafood plate, and don't forget you're going to get the recipes at the end of this. Now, very shortly, we've got Chef Julio Azzarello. Chef Julio Azzarello is the marketing director for 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗴, and 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗴 is a provider of fruit and vegetables live from the fruit and veg markets. Now, Julio has been around for 40 years, longer than that, but he's been in cooking for 40 years. And Julio is also very passionate about the essentially the stem to the root of all parts fruit and vegetables. So we're going to go over to Chef Julio Azzarello. Chef, how are you?
Good, Adam. How are you?
Fantastic. Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Now, salads are very hard to plate up.
They can be.
Yeah.
I think we overdo a lot of things.
Fantastic.
So what I'm going to show you today is probably something that's stepped back a little bit. We've got some beautiful heirloom tomatoes. So
Oh, fantastic.
being that rainbow tomato salad
Antique
that we're
style.
doing.
What grandmother used to grow.
100%. So they weren't built yesterday. They were built 100 years ago.
Now, when do they come into season?
We're primed for them right now.
So in autumn.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
You know, look, we had a great spring summer,
Yes.
which has produced these beautiful plants now. So I've chosen these to be on the menu now because they are so good.
Great.
Now, plating up, Adam, there's numerous ways of doing this, but I want you to keep it simple.
You've got a lot of colourful.
I've got a lot of colour, and I want to show as much colour as I can.
You
So-
like hearing the ingredient more than...
Absolutely.
Yep, awesome.
So style is good, but you really need to have some substance.
Okay.
That's where the winner is. Making it
Fantastic.
really simple. A nice fresh garlic clove,
Yep. Oh, you're smearing it on the plate.
smearing the plate.
Okay.
I want that little bit of flavour. I don't want it to hurt you.
Fantastic.
Just that little bit. We're using some fantastic...
So that hides the fingerprints later on.
It surely does as well. We're using some fantastic Australian olive oil.
Yes.
We're using some great Australian balsamic syrup.
Balsamic vinegar.
And,
Caramelised.
yes, caramelised, and I've got some pomegranate juice there as well.
Okay.
So, firstly,
So what's important about constructing a salad?
layering flavour.
Layering flavour.
Layering flavour is
Layering
very,
flavour,
very
everyone.
important. So, just a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of a plate there.
Okay.
And I'm going to start. It's very, very simple. Use the colour.
So this is like a canvas.
It's exactly what it is. Different shapes, different sizes. Look at the colours.
And how many different colours is there in tomatoes?
Oh, there's hundreds, to be totally honest with you.
Fantastic.
And that's because there are such slight variations
And that's
of
beetroot
colours.
you just put on?
Yeah, there's a little bit of beetroot.
Beetroot.
Add a little
okay.
bit of crunch, something a little bit
So
different
a bit
there.
of texture coming
Yes,
in place. So
very
you've got
much.
colour and texture and
So-
flavour.
Absolutely. So again, keep the pattern up. You
So
can
what sort of colour plate would you use? Just a traditional white?
I love a white plate. I'm a bit of a stickler for white. It's for me, again, it's about the tomatoes.
I think it'll work well on a blue and a green plate as well, if you've got coloured plates.
I think you're probably right. It could do that, but I'm a big stickler for the fact that I really want the tomatoes to win today. And as you can see on that white plate as we're plating up, they are coming into their own
This
there.
looks quite hearty. It doesn't look like a side salad on a restaurant.
No,
So could I charge more for this as an entree or a main?
I would have to say 100% yes, and I would
Fantastic.
want you to, because you are using premium quality, premium products there.
Now,
Yeah.
during this year, we've had some tough times on weather. How does that affect produce?
Look, weather is very important in produce, as
Yep.
we very well know. There is such a thing as too much rain. There is such a thing as too much sun.
Yes.
So what we suffer from in Australia is inconsistency. We have a country that has 4 seasons in the one day. So our consistency is a little bit tough. But when we get it right, have a look in front of you.
Yep.
We do have a bit of a problem at the moment, of course, with the rain.
Yes.
We've had floods. You know, it is a little bit difficult. Now, again, layering the effect. Just a little bit of olive
So
oil.
more olive oil, fantastic.
Just a little bit of olive oil.
Some salt.
I need you to season, just a little sea salt.
Now,
Just
does the salt make the tomatoes bleed?
It does. And that is a good thing because I want the tomatoes to bleed. I want them to be at room temperature.
Fantastic.
They don't need to be cold. I need the full flavour of that
Now,
tomato.
if I put this on my menu and say that the rain comes in, the floods wash
Yes.
things out,
Yes.
what do I do on my menu? Do I change it up? Do I put it on as a special? How do I change?
To
the
be,
season?
to be totally honest, I love the idea of having this on as a special.
Okay.
This is what specials
So
are
when
made
it's
of.
in season,
100%.
yeah,
You-
because
you've
Australia
nailed it.
we don't normally use seasons, but a season you should be asking your providor.
Very good.
When-
So we don't usually use seasons, and that's not to say that we don't have seasons.
Yep.
We just don't tend to use them as often as we should.
Because we're pretty lucky in Australia, we can grow all year round.
We can, but as we know, produce is best when it's grown in its season.
So you've used different shapes as well. You've used
Yes.
the whole tomato, and then you've used the cherry tomatoes.
The cherries as well.
The little
so
babies.
Very, very simple presentation. And look, if you think
Have
of
you got more to go?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I've got a few bits and pieces to
Okay,
go.
yep.
Just give myself a little bit of wipe here. So what's important about what we're doing here is not only are we layering texture and flavour,
Yes.
we're layering colour. We're almost deconstructing a salad while we're at it. One of my favourite things. Now, after I've done this, there's been a new addition that I've just thrown in this afternoon because the little
Radish.
so exciting.
Yep.
So
You get different colours of radish as well.
can do, but I wanted the white because white isn't
gives
something
contrast.
that we didn't have on the plate, you know. And as you can see by my plating, try not to be too exact.
Yeah, so it's
The
very
tomatoes
rustic.
are exact. The rest of it's out there.
But the same principles. If I was running this with all my team,
100%.
they all do the same thing, but it could be different coloured tomatoes. It doesn't have to be the same.
So a beautiful part that here is I don't make a dressing, Adam.
Okay.
Okay, everybody stands on their own.
Yep.
So we've got the molasses, which is
Fantastic.
the
So pomegranate molasses.
pomegranate molasses.
And I see you got pomegranate seeds.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to.
We've got a little bit of the balsamic.
Fantastic. Oh, look at that. Beautiful
finish that
colours
off with
and
the oil.
flavours. And what else do you have to finish this dish off?
I do a little fried bread.
Fried bread. Oh,
Yes,
wow. So you can
little
use
bit
up your
crisp.
leftovers. Fantastic. Some parsley and is that
Mint.
basil and mint.
And some
Pomegranate seeds. So there you have a dish that's got beautiful colours, textures, flavours, shapes. That is fantastic, Chef.
And seasonal.
Well
Ready
done.
to go.
Very well done. Thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you very much, Adam.
As we just saw, Chef Julio plated up a beautiful salad. Salads don't have to be that hard to plate up. They're highly profitable and good margins can come from seasonal produce if you buy right. So definitely look at that. Now we've done 2 dishes. We're in the 3rd dish already. Hopefully you're learning lots of things back home. And while we get our next chef ready, Chef 𝗂𝗫, fantastic chef who's got 20 years of experience, who is the chef at 𝗓𝗏, one of the great restaurant chains in Sydney. If you haven't been to 𝗓𝗏, it's a fantastic Lebanese style food. And George is doing a seared lamb backstrap. Now meat can be also extremely hard to plate and trying to understand what's behind there. The interesting thing is with George, he's also got some really good textures and flavours coming on this as well. You can see what the chefs are doing. They're using colours, different shapes, different plates to really produce a fantastic looking dish that is highly profitable. And if you put this on your menu, it changes the discussion with the consumer. The customer will eat with their eyes, it's Instagram worthy, and then you can look at different things. And you can also play with this. We talked about ideas before of chefs using drawings. You could use photos to standardise in the menu. There's all sorts of different things that you can do to help going. And we're going to talk to Chef 𝗂𝗫 now in about 2 seconds. We're walking over. Chef, is that the plate you're looking for?
That's exactly the plate I'm looking for.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, Adam.
Now, you've used a bit of colour in this plate, not white or black.
No, a little bit of brown and white, because the dish we're preparing today has a lot of colours, a lot of contrasting colours.
So you're doing a
I'm doing a seared lamb backstrap
Fantastic.
with a smoked fricka risotto,
Oh, wow.
roasted Heirloom carrots, and a spiced carrot puree.
Great. So you've got a lot of things happening here. So I'll get you started and we'll ask some questions.
Sure.
So how did you do your lamb, Chef?
So the lamb, I just seared it
Fantastic.
with butter
Yes. Oh, there's your board. Sorry.
and
I'm
garlic,
standing in your way.
and we cook this till medium.
To medium.
So it's very important to let the meat rest.
Now you let the meat rest as long as it's cooked.
As long as the juices stop coming out.
Correct. Okay.
And then usually to serve, you reheat lightly.
Now, is this a dish you serve in 𝗓𝗏?
No, but we do have some lamb dishes. But
Fantastic.
this has got a little bit of Middle Eastern inspiration to it, as we're using doka and labneh.
Great.
And we also have some smoked eggplant here.
Fantastic. I'll let you start with this.
Sure. Just one second.
Okay, we're losing Chef. Now, you've got all your prep here ready, which is great. Mise en place is all ready to go.
Yep.
What else are you looking for, Chef? So this lamb is beautifully cooked at medium, and we've got a bit of texture on the plate. Now,
Yep.
having definition in your plate can really stand the ingredients out. So it doesn't always have to be white. It doesn't have to be black. It can be whatever plate that you're using. It just adds a bit of warmth to the visual appeal.
So,
what have you got here?
So right here we have some spiced carrot puree.
Fantastic.
So we've just cooked some carrots down in butter and olive oil and cumin seeds, and then blended them.
Fantastic. So this sounds like a very good autumn dish
Exactly.
or winter dish.
So we're going to smear some in the middle of the plate.
Okay, so we're seeing things like splatter, we're seeing smear, different techniques being used. This is great. So you're building the elements of your
That's exactly
artwork.
right. So we're centralizing a little bit the the main focus, which is the puree. 'cause
This
you have
also
the
holds the
brightest
base
colour.
for the lamb too, doesn't it?
That's exactly right.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
it almost acts like as a sauce. As you are eating the lamb, you pick up a little bit of puree as you go.
Great.
So it keeps everything nice and moist. We have here a smoked 𝗃𝗃𝗃 risotto, which I am going to finish with some roasted eggplant.
Now, when you were learning as a young chef,
Yep.
did you have anything like a masterclass in plating?
No.
Did you wish you did?
I wish I did, but I learned everything on the job, so
Okay. Aren't we glad
under
that
pressure.
Knoxx Foods have really brought this together? Quality ingredients and talking about masterclass of fantastic ingredients. Oh, now Chef just put the eggplant in, and you can smell this really lovely smokiness. A risotto doesn't just have to be with rice.
That's right, yeah.
𝗃𝗃 is an ancient grain and beautiful grain to use
So
too.
we've burnt the eggplant on an open flame until the skin's turned black.
So the smokiness will work well with the sweetness of the carrot and work balancing with the lamb really nicely in the umami flavours there.
And we've just also incorporated some roasted hazelnuts, walnuts.
Oh wow, so
and
you got
pine
some
nuts.
texture in there. So you got smooth, crunchy,
So here's our lamb, which we've cooked to medium.
rested.
I like to carve the lamb.
So why are you carving on the angle?
I like to carve. It's good to carve along the end because you're carving across the grain, which
Yep,
keeps the meat nice
fantastic.
and tender. So the thinner the better.
So
And
a
the
whole
thinner you
backstrap,
slice
is that
it-
for one customer or is that for two?
That's for one customer.
One customer.
One lucky customer. So
Right.
we have our backstrap here. We have our roasted Heirloom carrots. So we have some purple and yellow carrots here.
Yeah, purple is the original colour of carrot.
That's right. And then
Beautiful.
the orange ones, they call them Dutch carrots because of the colour of the Dutch flag, right?
That's correct. The
So
pH
press-
changed the colour of the carrots.
That's exactly
as the
right.
story's believed.
So we'll
So you're layering this. This is very important to know. Chef has got smooth on the bottom. He's got some the risotto next. The carrots building up some height. So it adds to the visual appeal of the dish.
So our focus is to make sure that we can see all the elements and the components on the plate.
So why is that important to see all the elements on the plate?
It's important just for, if you describe something on the menu, it's good to see every single element on the plate. And it also makes the dish a lot more interesting to the eye.
Now, also coming from a ethnic background, how important is it to understand customs of the dish?
Definitely, very, very important. There are a lot of traditionalists.
You're paying respect.
Yeah, paying
Okay.
respect to tradition, but in modern cooking, we try to
What else is next?
do modern techniques
Fantastic.
using traditional.
Okay, how are you going to finish this one up? It looks
So-
like you're nearly finished.
So I'm going to add some toasted seeds.
Toasted
which
seeds,
is
fantastic. We've got
pumpkin
some
seeds
sunflower,
and
pumpkin.
sunflower.
Great.
We've got some 𝗃𝗃𝗃 with roasted almond.
Oh, beautiful. So we've got crunch, we've got smoothness, you've got that velvet meat there. This
A
is
little
looking
bit,
good.
a little bit of
Labna, which is
labna.
a yogurt cheese.
A little bit of labna, so just a little
Fantastic.
quenelle of labna.
Yep.
And
And
then
what else,
some
Chef?
fried crispy kale.
Fried crispy kale, that's the only way to put kale, fried.
Fried, deep fried.
Deep fried, that's the only way to eat it.
not healthy
It's
anymore.
not healthy, no, it's great. Look, now Chef has put all the colours together. The orange is tying in, the green's making that draw to the eye, and you're seeing the meat as the hero. What is the last piece, sir? There,
A little bit of amaranth.
amaranth, which is a really nice, vibrant purple. Oh, look at that.
So
That is tied together
Just to give it a
beautifully.
little bit of contrasting colours and finish the dish
Chef,
off.
I can't wait for your dessert. This is a fantastic dish and a great visual to see.
Thank you very much.
Chef George did a really good dish, very simple, not over complex, but the flavours really start to speak, and you can see the ingredients on the plate. Now, what is also exciting, we've got Chef Prakash Chand coming up again, and I believe it's his mum's free-range chicken curry, a really nice Indian-inspired chicken curry. Again, using different colours, different ways to plate up. Sometimes a curry with rice is really hard to plate up, and Prakash is going to show us all the wonderings of doing that. Now, the interesting thing is, I mentioned before, Culinary, it's a registered training organisation. If you're not in TAFE or RTO, do go online. There's plenty of wonderful courses. If you're a young chef in this industry, welcome. It's a great industry to be a part of. And we're just waiting for Chef to set up for his mum's free-range chicken curry. Also, we mentioned about Knoxx Foods. They do some great products. Behind me is tomato paste, beautiful rices. They get source products from 7 of the best countries in the world, and absolutely fantastic products that are on-sold to different people in the industry, and they normally end up in retail anyway. So Knoxx have really put a lot of thought behind this. Now, Chef Prakash, we're going to come over to him now. This is your mum's chicken curry?
Yeah, this is my mom's chicken curry. The reason why I'm presenting this curry is because 10 years when I was 10 years old,
Yes.
she taught me how to do this curry.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
she influenced me to become a chef.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's why I'm presenting this dish to all you guys.
Now, curries are quite hard to normally plate up because they're quite normally brown, yellow, and they need to be broken up somehow.
Yes.
I can see you've got some different vessels here to plate up.
Yeah. What we've got, the curry, the most important part of the curry is, you know, on the old days, we didn't have the blenders and we did not have all those things.
Yes.
All the herbs and spices used to be fried off, and then we used to pound them up to make, you know, curry powder and turmeric powder, chili powder, and all those things. So I use the similar concept today to make up this curry dish to copy what my mom used to do. And then we top it up with, we've got a, you know, pickle mango,
Oh, wow.
and then with a nice raita to top it up. So I'll plate up this dish.
Yes.
So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plate up the chicken curry.
Now, could you do chicken curry for room service or a function?
Yeah, it depends on what type of customers you've got. You can do it mild, we can do it hot, you know.
Now, you're missing at home because
Yes.
the smell here is just divine.
Yeah.
I'm sure your mum was a wonderful cook because this is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
actually, my mom was from South India.
South
South
India.
Indian, yeah. South Indians are very good chefs, you know. And I was lucky enough to get some hints on how she does the curry dishes.
So you put your beautiful
So
curry
you
on.
can see the color of the dish. It's you know, a bit reddish in color.
Yes,
So
very nice.
because of, you know, the amount we used tomato paste. She used to use the
Did you
fresh
use Knoxx
tomato.
paste?
Yeah, I use Knoxx tomato
Fantastic.
paste, and then you know, the chili powder, and then what we did is with the garlic and onion and all those things, we use the garlic powder and the onion powder.
Right.
So you know, I just want to you know, now the modern trend has changed, so we want to use some modern trends and make it authentic, you know, so that dish still tastes authentic.
Great.
So
What else do we need
I just have it. Then we've got a lentil papadum,
Yes.
and then I've made up. You know, Mom used to make her own pickled mango, so I use the same recipe to do
wow.
the pickled mango itself too. So
And
it's
the
got
audience
some
actually get this
mustards,
recipe.
some yeah.
Oh,
You'll all get whatever we're presenting today. You all get all these recipes for you guys to try at home, because you know. And then what I did with the rice, normally we've got white rice,
Yes.
but what I did is added some cumin, some garlic powder, ginger powder, onion powder, and then some coriander, and you know, to it. So it you know, and then I stir fried a little bit with the ghee.
Oh, fantastic. So
Ghee
you
and
use a clarified
yeah.
butter
Yes,
that you can use at higher temperatures.
yes,
Always traditional in Indian cooking, isn't it?
yes.
Look at
And the
that.
taste is fantastic.
Now, plating rice, it's often difficult. So
Yes.
using the bowl is a great idea.
Yes.
But what other ways can we use on a plate? Can you put it in a cup?
You can put in a cup and put the cup upside down.
Right.
You know, it depends on. But then I'm just showing you the modern techniques of you know,
Oh, this is
plating up.
beautiful.
You
Right.
know how you can present your dish, because you know now with the cost of the dishes and everything else.
So putting
you know.
a curry on the menu is quite profitable.
Yes.
Because you're using secondary cuts in the...
No, because all the, everybody wants to try everything. So, that if you keep your dishes as traditional as possible, then you can always, sell your dish.
So you just put on a rata?
Yes.
What style?
So the rata is made up of, what I did is, I put some cumin, fresh cumin. I, fried the cumin and then I powdered it up. And then on top of it, I've got some Lebanese cucumber, some carrots, grated carrots, and red onion, and some mint, chopped mint, and some chopped coriander.
Fantastic.
And some lime juice, a little bit of lime juice.
So the acidity balances through the dish?
Yes.
The richness of the dish?
Yes.
Oops, sorry, Chef.
Sorry, sir.
So tweezers, why do you use tweezers? I see a lot of chefs use them.
So, it's just hygienic to, to use tweezers rather than using, your hands or a spoon.
Don't worry, I've got lots of tweezers as well.
So my hand is shaking a bit, so, I'm
it's not normally like you to be nervous.
it's
beautiful
not,
dish.
It's not nervous. I used to tease my grandfather all the time.
Oh, really?
I think he gave me the case.
And what was that you just put on?
That's I chiffonade the...
Chiffonade's a style of cut?
Chiffonade is... I just chiffonade the spinach,
Oh, look at
baby
this.
spinach.
And you're adding
All
some
right.
nice redness,
Yeah.
green and the white to give some contrast in the dish.
Yes, and then on the
The rice.
rice, I add some fried onions to it.
Notice how
All right.
all the chefs use texture in the dishes. They've got smooth,
so
crunchy,
it's a bit crunchy,
hard,
yeah.
soft.
And then with the raita,
Yes.
I'll just add, a few pieces of sliced onion,
Sliced chili.
canned
get it any more hotter.
canned pepper.
Fantastic. Prakash, that looks wonderful. It smells divine. We're going to
That's
be...
my mom's favorite dish.
I'm pretty sure that Prakash has done his mum proud with that dish. Thank you so much, Prakash. Chef Prakash has done 2 dishes for us now, and we've now seen 4 dishes. We're coming to the end of our dishes, and we're coming to 𝗂𝗫. He's doing our last dish, which is a dessert. So we've gone through some mains, entrees, different colours, different ways of presenting, and you're getting, what you're seeing is chefs using colours, combinations of cuts, using different bowls to highlight what the dish is. Curries can be done in bowls, to a plate, or like what Prakash just did then. So hopefully you really got to see a fantastic stuff. Now the dessert that's coming up is really exciting because George has gone to a lot of trouble, and I'll just find the right one. It's a coconut and lychee trifle. Now trifle, very hard to plate up, raspberry sorbet and fruit crumble. So George has not made it easy for himself, and it's going to be exciting to see a dessert plated up. Now, if you have any questions, by the way, please ask them at the end of this. We will definitely answer all questions as much as we can. We've got 3 very experienced chefs doing some amazing dishes and using different technique. Yes, using different things. And practice when you're at home. Look at it on YouTube or on TikTok and look at some of the videos that are around that can help you train better in plating of your food. But the other thing is, draw them out. Like we said, draw them out, take photos, practice again and again. That's how you become much better, and each time the dish will change. The other question that I always hear, and Chef Julio Azzarello always asks this question, what needs to be on the plate? What doesn't need to be on the plate? Less is more. So if you're putting leaves on there, does it need to be there? Now George is definitely ready. And I'm going to find a new plate. Oh, he's got a really nice plate. Chef, you choose some great plates. Is this the plate you're looking for?
Yeah, I looked all over Sydney for it.
Oh, fantastic. I love when I bring your plates in. Chef,
Only
you're
found
using
one.
great stuff.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, George?
Okay, so we have a coconut and lychee trifle
Okay.
with some 𝗪𝗲𝗲𝗀𝗃, fresh fruit, lychee, and some native lime.
Now this looks very summerish, winterish. Which one do you prefer?
So this is summer inspired. I know we're out of summer, but it's still a bit hot outside. So
the only reason why I say because the lychee is very summery, tropical, that style.
So we're trying to capture different textures, different flavors.
And we've just had a heavy meal. We've had a curry, we've had lamb, we've had a salad, and seafood.
So I'm trying to help you out with
Okay, so you're cutting all that down.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Fantastic. And I see one thing here that everyone uses flowers. What do you use flowers for?
I mean, it's colour. It really helps with the presentation. And actually, each flower does have its own unique flavour.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. They call them edible flowers for a reason, but don't eat the stem. Just the leaves, yeah. So.
Okay, what are we starting with, Chef?
So I have here a coconut cream. So essentially, this is milk and cream infused with kaffir lime leaf.
So did you use the Knoxx coconut cream?
Yes,
they
Knoxx
do coconut cream, not only rice and tomato paste, but coconut cream. It's divine.
And we have incorporated some coconut milk powder.
Certainly.
And then we have whipped it with mascarpone cream cheese.
Fantastic.
So first step is to add a little bit of the coconut cream on the bottom of the plate.
Right. Now, if you wanted to, could you quenelle it or shape it?
You could, but I mean, this is pretty much the base of the whole dish. So as you're eating through it, you want to get a little bit of coconut cream as you're eating through a dish.
Fantastic.
Now our second step is the almond and coconut 𝗃𝗲𝗲, which 𝗃𝗲𝗲 is basically a meringue incorporated with almond meal.
Wow.
And we've taken it a step further by adding desiccated coconut to it, which is shredded coconut.
Fantastic.
So just around the plate.
They look like breadcrumbs.
Yes, they're it's baked and then dehydrated, so you're getting a good texture balance in there.
Wow.
So a little bit around the plate.
So again, Chef talks about texture. You've got the smooth, you're going to have crunch there. Again, it's very important to have balance in your dish.
So now we're going to add a little bit of berries. Got some blackberries and some raspberries.
Now, if you didn't have these ones available, you would use any berries that are around?
Pretty much anything that's available. Blueberries, boysenberries, whatever really you can get your hands on.
Kiwi berries?
Kiwi berries, exactly. Okay. So, I mean, you can
different
use...
colours. You could use citrus fruits?
Citrus fruits, exactly. You could use lime segments. You can use yuzu, whatever you want, really.
So we could definitely change we could have the same dish. If this becomes a hero dish
on
the menu, we could change it out with a few different seasonal.
Of course, yeah, of course. Whatever really fruit is in season.
You're using fresh lychee, canned lychee?
Well, in this case, I've actually used canned lychee because with the juice, I have made a lychee and lime jelly.
Yep. It's another way of using fruits if they're not in season.
That's exactly right.
And not around in the market. If you can't get them fresh, you can get them out of the can.
The juice contains a lot of flavour, just like canned pineapple.
Fantastic.
I mean, you know, the juice is really awesome in canned pineapple. So.
Okay, so you're building the structure. You've got the berries, colours. What's this now?
So this is the lychee and lime jelly, which I use the juice out of the tinned lychees.
Wow.
Incorporate with lime.
So no wastage at all.
No wastage at all.
Better for margin on the dish.
That's one thing that we can teach our young chefs is try not to waste anything. If you can use everything from the dish, it's the best thing you can do, and your head chefs will very much appreciate it if you don't throw anything in the bin.
And drives the bottom line.
100%, yeah, definitely.
We're definitely making profit.
So we have some coconut flakes.
Oh wow.
Which I've just roasted.
They're just dried or freeze dried?
These are just roasted. So dried and roasted, just a little bit of colour. And then we have our julienne or chiffonade kaffir lime leaf.
Oh wow.
And a little bit of kaffir lime leaf over the top.
So George is still building structure. So he's building on the outside and he's got a vision of how he wants this dish to go.
Now next step is add some raspberry sorbet.
So when you make this for the restaurant or for your team, would you make this up for them to see how it's made?
Yes, definitely. So every dish that we put together, there's always steps involved.
Right.
And the steps, we put them on a list and the chefs memorize them. So as they're plating, they know exactly which step to do.
Beautiful.
So we're a little scoop of raspberry sorbet.
Now this is something you could quenelle if you wanted a little bit more definition.
I prefer I like to scoop as well because it's just
easier, especially if you've got a function.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You can pre-do these.
Nothing worse than doing 100 quenelles for every function.
That's exactly right.
Okay, what else we got to go on this dish?
And then we have...
This looks beautiful. I can't wait to tuck into this one.
We have a little bit of native lime.
Yep. So
which is
the
basically finger lime.
Fantastic.
So this
little pearls of citrus.
This will give a little bit of explosions of lime.
They burst in the mouth. Fantastic.
That's exactly right. Native to Australia. So we have two colors here. We have red and
so you've used a lot of different flavors.
And then just to finish,
your beautiful flowers,
a couple of edible flowers. So
you're breaking them up.
Breaking them up.
Look at that.
Just
beautiful summer
lay
dish.
them around.
After a heavy meal that we've had, we've got some real nice lightness and freshness happening, and that's important when you're constructing your menu, tying that all together. Look at that.
That's our coconut lychee trifle.
Well done. Thank you, George. That is a wonderful effort. I'm really impressed with what you have done, and thank you for creating the coconut lychee trifle. How wonderful does that look? And you know, as we can see right in front of us, there's all these great dishes that we've got going. Now, please stay online. That's not the end of the course. We've got another exciting part. Now, 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀 is a fantastic, well-known photographer, and he's going to talk to us about the master of photography, the art of plating and photography. So we're going to go see 𝗂 now. Hello, 𝗂.
Good, George. How are you?
Good.
Sorry, Adam, not George.
That's okay. Everyone, you can call me whatever you want to call me. So what are we going to learn?
So we've created some amazing dishes today.
Yes.
So you've seen how the chefs have gone, okay, look, we've got to put a prawn on, it's got to look like this on the plate. So now the next step is, as a chef, is you've created something amazing, how do you now showcase it to the world?
Right.
Now, one thing, as chefs, like for me, myself, I'm a professional photographer. So me, I've got a full kit. Now as a chef, you haven't got a full kit. All you've got basically is your camera on your phone.
They've got the iPhone. So first thing, how important is photography for a business?
It's 100% important. So as Chef Prakash was mentioning before, and yourself, you've created something amazing, now you want to showcase it to the world. When your customers come in, what do they want to see? They don't want to eat the food, they want to see it first.
So we can put this on our menu boards, we can put it on our menu, we can also use it as training manuals for all our staff.
That's correct.
Right.
But the main thing, and for today's course, is how do we make money from that? And the biggest money-making machine is social media.
Because people undervalue photography because it's an asset.
Correct.
Really. So if I've only got an iPhone, what's the difference between an iPhone and real like a camera photography?
Look, iPhones, Android phones are becoming very modern. So they're becoming close to what a professional mirrorless or DSLR camera is going to do. But there's still a big difference. Yeah. Now, there is limitations with iPhones, but they do the job. Yes. So as a chef, you can get your content that you want. You can capture your dish.
So I could do my social post and training manual essentially on the iPhone?
Correct. So we can create videos, you can create little, capture little clips. Now, I've got top 3 tips that I would recommend.
Oh, fantastic. What are they?
So first one I would say is lighting. Lighting is the key. If you've got no light, you can't see what's on your plate. Now, for that, so best thing I would recommend to everyone out there is capture with daylight.
Capture with daylight.
Daylight
Fantastic.
is your natural light. You're going to get your most natural looking capture with that, with the daylight basically.
Especially if you've got dark dishes or white plates and things like that, you really need to capture every element on the dish.
That's correct. So light is the key. So best thing for most chefs is you've got a window.
Yeah, we've got our lighting slide up on now.
It should be up. So
yes.
So if you've got a window, do it by the windowsill. Put a couple of things around it, but make sure you use natural light. If you've got no natural light, ring lights. Everyone knows what a ring light is these days. So you can easily use a ring light.
Awesome. Now, if I'm not professional in that space, what else could I do? Could I reach out to a photographer like yourself?
Yeah, you can reach out to us. We're professionals. There's lots of us out there. But again, professional photographers have an eye for detail, so they know the angles you've got to capture in. And that brings me to the second point is you need to know your angle to capture the right dish. So for me, top 2 angles, top down and straight on.
Fantastic. Because top down and face, yeah, so can you show me that on the camera? So just on, so people can see that.
Yeah, so for example, let's grab our iPhone.
Oh,
so what we're going to do, so if we're going to capture a photo, so all we're going to do is bring up a camera. Now, the dishes we've captured today, as you can see, we've got a curry.
Yes.
Now,
it's quite long and it's got a lot of elements.
Correct. Now, the first thing I would recommend is now we're in a bowl. So bowls are best shot top down.
Okay.
Because from the side, you're not going to see much. All you're going to see is the bowl.
Yep.
You don't care about the bowl, you care about what's inside the bowl.
Fantastic.
And the decoration is done on top, so that's what you want to capture, the top down for that.
So we're holding our phone up, like so.
And we're just going to grab the photo.
We've got light above us, which is great.
We've got natural light coming through the window as well, so grab our photo, perfect. Now, that's...
Show me your photo just quickly.
Simple photo.
So, simple photo on a silver bed. So I would probably put a tablecloth underneath just to take away the
put a
shine.
little bit cutlery around it, put a glass, put a little bit... look, the best thing...
Less is more.
Less is more, but you also want to tell a story.
Correct.
So if you put in elements in regards to, you got your chili, you put some, cut up chili on the side, so people can get a bit of a story on what you've just created to what you put together.
Now, should I shoot in different styles from lengthways, wide? Because
End of the day, it's going to come down to what you're trying to portray across. So if you're just trying to showcase, hey, this is a dish, like for example, if you've got a long platter can be done portrait or can be done in portrait, a landscape.
Right.
So it's up to you to decide what you want to showcase.
Okay.
So next thing, so we've captured our photo we wanted.
Yep.
Now, best thing is we need to edit it. iPhones, Android phones are going to capture very bland photos. You've captured the style of what you want, but now you're going to have to edit it.
So we've got the camera angle slide up now.
Camera angle should be done, but now we've got the how to edit that photo.
How to edit the photo.
There's a couple of free apps there. So one of the ones I use personally as a quick shoot. So before I even do my shoot, I grab some photos with my phone so I know what angles it works, what it looks like. Open up an app like Snapseed, it's free.
Yep.
Everyone can download it.
Fantastic.
Quickly go through it, add some editing, a bit of color, a bit of pop, a bit of structure to it, and then you can see what that final result's going to look like.
Oh, great.
In the slides, you're going to see a before and after, a simple dish. I actually shot that yesterday at a client.
Oh, wow.
Shot it yesterday, took it with the iPhone, literally 2 seconds of editing, add a bit of color, add a bit of pop, and it turns something from bland to something really colorful.
Now, if I'm busy and I don't have the time, I get a professional like you. Is it best for me to plan out what we're going to be doing?
Usually best is when I come in on board with a chef or a restaurant or anyone in the hospitality industry, I usually sit down with them and understand what do you actually want to showcase? Are you building a menu? Are you building something for your social media? We'll then plan a day. So I'll usually come in and go, okay, give me 20 dishes. Let me know what dishes so I can bring in those props as well that go along with those dishes. Yep. We'll then set it out, plan it, have everything set up. So that way we can capture everything that you imagined in that dish, and then we can showcase that to the...
I don't know what I'm doing, but I've invited a professional in, and the cost is massive, and I go, oh no, what do I do? How do I check that I'm getting value for money? It is an asset.
Correct. Now, end of the day, one of the biggest things I see, that's a question a lot of my customers ask me. Now, end of the day, all it's about is, are you getting, so for example, if it's for social media, are you getting customers in thanks to your social media, thanks to that content, whether it be photos or videos? Right. If it's a menu, if a customer comes in, are they amazed by that menu? They're the little things that give you the dollars and cents that you're looking for.
Right. If anyone had questions, where can they go to look at this? Is there any sites?
Yeah, so you can go @extramoments.com.au.
Oh,
it'll be up on the Knoxx website as well. Have a look through the photos. You'll get different angles, what works, what doesn't work.
Yep.
And end of the day, it's all about presenting your creation.
Photography is about social media. It's for your menus. It's for advertising.
In-house boards.
Boards.
If you've got an amazing burger, how are you going to showcase it to anyone unless you've got an amazing photo to go along with it?
Right. Awesome. Now I'm going to thank you so much.
Perfect.
That was
Thank
exceptional. You. Hopefully you guys got a great crash course on photography. Now, the best part of the day, we're going to bring in everyone in the widescreen mode because we can't fit all of us on at one time. No, we're all going to get in. And this is the Q&A questions for our experts, for our professionals that have done these wonderful dishes. So thank these guys, first of all. They're amazing guys. Beautiful 5 dishes on masterclass of plating. Now, questions and answers. Hopefully we do have some questions and we'll hopefully have some answers for you at the same time.
Chef John McFadden is online.
John McFadden.
Yes.
Hello,
says,
John.
Hi all, cracking dish with awesome textures and flavors.
Fantastic, thank you, John. A dear friend of ours.
Then Rushender Ridwan, he says, thank you, Chef Prakash. Mom's recipe, always the best.
Fantastic, that's great to hear. Mum's recipe is always great. Surely there's more questions.
there's not a lot of questions, but I'm sure people would love to get some tips from you guys.
Okay, Julio, your top 5 tips for plating up.
Keep it neat, keep it simple, let the product speak for itself. Don't overdress. Do I need another one, Adam?
One more.
Put some colour on the plate, but don't exaggerate it. Use the natural colours.
Fantastic. Prakash, what are your 5 tips for plating up?
He's covered most of my tips, man. And then
What about profitability on a menu?
Keep it traditional. Keep it traditional.
Keep it traditional.
Yeah, but and eye appealing. But try to use ingredients which are not very costly.
Fantastic. Be wise with your ingredients. George, did you have anything to add to that?
I think contrasting textures is important.
Yes.
Soft and crunchy, for example. Contrasting colors, as in white and red. Freshness, and smart use of ingredients.
Fantastic. We've got some great tips there. My 5 really quick ones is practice, 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 practice. Okay.
I've just got a question for you, Adam.
Yes, please.
So out of all the dishes we've done today, what's your favourite and why?
Okay, I really like the difference of the tomatoes, the different textures. I like that because most salads, they're just an afterthought. People rush them together. I also like a curry because it's got a whole lot of different elements which contribute to, Prakash's mum's dish. And I love the dessert because that could be, changed out throughout the whole time. So you've got 3 very different dishes that offer a broad range.
Very good.
Okay, that was our fantastic judges. We need a round of applause, not online. Yeah, clap. We've got Veer from our photography masterclass. We've got Chef George, Chef Prakash, and Chef Julio, who've gone to a lot of trouble. Now, as we said, please wait for next few days. You'll get all the recipes online and this link sent to you. If not, if you missed out on this class and you're not watching it, go to Knoxx website in the next few days and you'll see this masterclass being replayed. We really thank Knoxx Foods greatly for putting on this masterclass, lending us our brand ambassador and getting some amazing talent in to talk about dishes. We also thank Culinary, where we're filming from live in Pyrmont, which is a beautiful facility, a registered training organisation. If you see Brad, he's a very giving man of the industry. And if you're not already a member of the Australian Culinary Federation, I do suggest you get on board. There's lots of advice for young chefs, there's for older chefs like Julio, and you can get on there and become part of the Australian Culinary Federation and also see some great things of people like Prakash and what he does out there in the marketplace. But this is the Plating Masterclass. We hope you really enjoyed this today. If you do have any questions, you can reach out to all of us on social media. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much and thank you for joining in this wonderful masterclass on plating.
Thank you, Chef.
Do you love to have mouth-watering dishes at a restaurant? Or are you too busy with your day-to-day life and like to have packed food from a supermarket on the go? There is a little bit of Knoxx in your life one way or the other. Knoxx, you must have heard about us.